So I've already mentioned that our whole approach is that video processing units, VPUs. That is the category name that we're really pioneering. It's beginning to take off. Maybe some of you have already heard of the VPU, or maybe a colleague has said, "Hey, we need to look into VPUs." So you have GPU. We all know what that is, and now we have VPU, video processing units. They're built for one purpose, and that is to process video and to process a very, very high quality video. So I thought it might be helpful to start with, some economics. What are the economic advantages? And I think today, no matter where you are in the video ecosystem, whether you're operating maybe a very high density, user generated, maybe more like a social network type video platform. Maybe you're on kind of the opposite end of the spectrum, and it's extremely premium sports, high quality content, big events. There's a lot at stake in those events. So regardless of where you are, budgets are under pressure. There's just no two ways around it. Some of us, we enjoyed many, many, many years of always having a budget, but generally, whatever you needed, you could get it. The money was there. Well, that's no longer the case. So we have a real interesting case study here with some data, and this is directly from a blog post on our website. I encourage you, if you want to really dig into the numbers, if you want to get specifics, even on the machines that were built to run the CPU encoding operation, and then the machine that ran the GPU, and then the ultimate machines that are running on the VPUs. Go to our blog and you can look at all the details. But the use case here is for a live video streaming service. You could think of it as something where you have several thousand, maybe up to 2, 3, 4,000 of live streamers that are all streaming concurrently, and they are delivering maybe one to tens or 20s or hundreds of viewers, and some of them might be delivering to thousands, tens of thousands. I don't know if any of these creators on this particular platform have millions, but some of them actually are extremely large. So the challenge is that this has to be sub-second latency, very, very low latency. There is an interactive component to this particular use case. The quality has to be high. These creators are creating content where quality matters. It's a part of the whole presentation. And so we talk often in our industry about gaming as an example, or live auctions. And in all of those, quality is actually very important, as well as latency. So on this particular platform, they originally built it using very common open source frameworks, along with some custom development. It was all built just running on CPU. So it was, open source software running on CPU, and their annual operational cost was $10 million. Now, $10 million is depending on the scale of what you're working on today. You may say, wow, I could only dream that my OpEx was 10 million. For some of us, that's a very meaningful number. Regardless of where you are, the point is that for this particular platform, $10 million definitely pose some economic challenges in expansion, and also the monies that could be returned back to the creators. So they did what a lot of services have done. They went and they looked at GPU and ended up adopting GPU and got tremendous gains. You can see, 62, 63% reduction, which is phenomenal. Amazing. So from 10 million to 3.4 million. But everything is under pressure. And so if you can relate to this, if in your own business, you say, yes, we've largely done the same. And yes, we had a very nice benefit moving largely from CPU to GPU, but now we're still under pressure. The executive team is pushing us to not reduce quality, maintain quality, but reduce our costs even further. And this platform had the same challenge. So they then discovered our solutions, discovered VPUs, implemented VPUs, and their costs plummeted to $1.4 million. So went from $10 million on CPU, software and CPU, very traditional stacks. Again, read the blog post. It's Mayflower. So if you just search Mayflower, you'll be able to find it. And you can read exactly how they brought that down to $1.4 million. And that's a direct result of the value of a VPU.